Good evening there, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Here with Lady Raider Volleyball coming your way here this evening from Blue River High School. We have your 1-0 Wapahani Raiders taking on the 3-1 Blue River Lady Vikings. We appreciate you all for joining us here this evening. We apologize we could not be live here for tonight's ball game. The security within the internet here at Blue River would not allow us to stream this game live. So again, we do apologize there for that. But again, well, at least we are still able to do the game. And obviously, we mentioned it earlier, we'll make sure to get this game downloaded once we get back to Wapahani later on this evening. But we do appreciate you all for joining us here as we jump right into things with our Raiders Live pregame, presented by FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. The last time out, the first game of the year there for Wapahani, they took down the Delta Eagles in 4 sets. Really a thrilling ball game that was. Both teams back and forth throughout the entirety of the ball game. There was some times really where Wapahani had definitely a very nice edge on Delta. Couldn't close them out there in the second set, but really I was real impressed with the way we played and with the way that we handled ourselves out there on the floor. Was able to get through some adversity throughout the times in ball game, which, like I said, that's really nice to see, especially considering how young this team is. And not only that, but, it's the early part of the season. You don't know exactly how well your team's going to handle different situations that come up throughout a ball game. So I think that was very impressive to see from this group of young ladies, and hopefully they're going to come out here and be able to take care of business tonight. Blue River, as I mentioned, 3-1 on the year, 1-1 already in conference play. This is the first conference game here for Wapahani, and it'll be a pretty nice ball game here. Blue River, I think, has really grown their program out here, especially within the last few years here, and to a very respectable team and program. And so, when you have the Rodriguez at the helm of things, Angie Rodriguez, the head coach, her husband there, John Rodriguez, has been a part of a lot of very, very good winning programs at Burris, just to name one, a couple other ones as well. He's really left his mark in some different teams, and so coming out here, Blue River is looking for some way to get their program back up and heading in the right direction. They've definitely been able to do so here within these last few years. So this isn't a game that where normally in years past you might say, well, this should be an easy win. This isn't going to be any kind of easy win whatsoever. Wapahani's definitely going to have to earn this win here tonight, and like I said, hopefully we can come out here, put their best foot forward and play a great ball game and continue building off of what you was able to start last week there against Delta, and be able to get their first conference win in a year. Then Thursday, we also have Westdale at home. So 2 very big conference games this week, first starting off here with Blue River. Some other things I'd really like to take mention of here. Mallory Cross here for the Lady Vikings, leading the team this year so far through the first 4 games of the year with 71 kills. That is a wide margin of lead to the nearest one, which is Allie Madden. She has right now second on the team with 20 kills. Alexis Whittinger has 18. She's third on the team, so a pretty wide margin there. So a girl that I would definitely take notice of, there's Mallory Cross here for Blue River. She could play a key factor in what might be what they're hoping for, a very successful night here on the court if you're Blue River. And from Wapahani's side of things, you got to be cautious and aware of not only her, but some of these other girls that can play a key factor in tonight's ball game. And lastly here, another thing I really want to touch on is the fact of the overall maturity level of this team. I understand it's only 1 game through, but a lot of these girls have played together, and you mix. I talked about this last week as well. You have a group of young ladies here that have played together for so long. Then you blend those in with some of the upperclassmen, which there isn't a ton of. I think we have 3 or 4 seniors, and then maybe one or two juniors on the team. Really outside of that, it's sophomores and freshmen. So you blend this team together and hope that they're going to be successful. And being able to see, like I said, the maturation, even just through one game, is really spectacular to see from this group of ladies that, without question, is extremely talented. And, I've already mentioned how I really like how they fought through some adversity there in that first game. I just hope they come back out here with that same intensity, with that same excitement and confidence in this game, and know that this is a very big one here. Every game's important, but especially these conference games are extremely important because you want to win your conference every year. So a big game here tonight here for Wapahani. Hopefully their confidence and maturation just continues to build, and we'll be able to get a good victory here tonight at Blue River. So again, we appreciate you all for joining us. We'll have starting lineups, also the national anthem coming up here in roughly about a minute and a half. Not sure what they're going to do first, but obviously if we do lineups first before the anthem, then we'll be back on here. If not, then we'll be back on here following the national anthem here for this evening's game, again between your 1-0 Wapahani Raiders and the 3-1 Blue River Vikings. We'll be back with more on the WHS Network.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Again, I'm Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy as we take a look here at tonight's lineups. First, for your Wapahani Lady Raiders, leading things off here will be number 1, Olivia Smith. Number 2, Reese Baker. Number 3, Emily Stewart. Number 4, Gracie Stanley. Number 5, Emma Shuck. Number 6, Ashton Zitgraff. Number 7, Chloe Cook. Number 8, Allison Stewart. Number 9, Mallory Summers. Number 10, Briley Felton. Number 11, Macy Bowden. Number 12, Cameron Wise. And number 16, Cadence Brewer. And the Lady Raiders are coached by Katie Weir, assisted by Paige Williamson, Lindy Thomas, and Madison Mangus. Now we'll take a look here at the Blue River Lady Vikings. Number 2, Angelina Grassi. Number 5, Emma Blackburn. Number 6, Abby Thornburg. Number 7, Caitlin Turpin. Number 8, Alexis Whittinger. Number 10, Mallory Cross. Number 12, Trinity Driscoll. Number 13, Kirsten Purdue. Number 14, Abigail Irvin. And number 15, Allie Madden. Again, the Lady Vikings, coached there by Angie Rodriguez, assisted by John Rodriguez and Sonia Thornburg. So again, that's tonight's rosters for both teams. Now we'll thank some of our sponsors here this evening. I'd like to thank our pregame sponsor there, FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis. Let Ted and Joanne be the key to all of your real estate needs, buying, selling, or investment properties. We got the job done. So call Ted Cook at 765-744-8143 and also Joanne Davis at 765-748-1316. Again, that is FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. Also another proud sponsor here for the WHS Network, Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership, owned by Randy Stoops and located at 4055 West Clara Lane in Muncie, Indiana. Stoops has a wide variety of brand new and premium vehicles of quality brand names. So if you have an interest in a vehicle, like to know more information about one, make sure to contact Stoops at 765-288-1903 and also visit their online website at www.stoopsauto.com. And also go out there and see a very special friend of mine, Mr. Dale Raines. He'll get you all hooked up. Fine dealer out there, car salesman. He does a great job, and so make sure to go out there and tell him I sent you. Again, that's Dale Raines there at Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership. Again, Stoops is driven to be the best. So to start off the ball game here will be Blue River, and be number 5, Emma Blackburn. Dug out that time there by Emily Stewart, and Summers bringing the Thunder from down under to open up tonight's ball game. And it's a quick 1-0 lead here for Wapahani. Olivia Smith will now drop back to serve here for the Raiders. Dugout set up there by Grassi and blocked by Wise. 2-0 Raiders. And a brief pause in the action here, making sure that the lineups are correct. Looks like there might be a dispute here, and indeed it will be. So it's going to be tied now at 1. So I don't think right now anybody's for sure where they're supposed to be at. So we're going to have a lineup check here for Wapahani. All right, so I guess during some more pause in the action here, I'd like to thank some more of our sponsors again here this evening. Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannell, located in 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they've been servicing the community for over 30 years. So if you have any questions or need them to take a look at your vehicle, contact them at 765-284-2593. Again, that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. So the game is tied at 1 here. Did have a substitution, and that will be Chloe Cook, and now Wise will come back in. And so still not exactly sure what all happened there. But there was obviously some kind of lineup situation there that was construed a little bit. So nevertheless, 2-1 ball game, and now make it a 2-2 ball game, as Wise will hit that one out of bounds, now tied at 2. And back to serve here for the Lady Vikings will be number 10, Mallory Cross. And again, served into the net as the Raiders retake the lead here. Emma Shuck back in here for Wapahani. She'll return to action here now for Emily Stewart, and Allison Stewart now back to serve here for the Raiders. Nice serve right there deep in the backcourt, and the Vikings will get it over. Stewart with a quick set there to Wise. Gets that one to fall in. Now a 4-2 Raider lead. Very nice action right there from Stewart and Wise. Grassy with a setup here to Blackburn, dug out by Baker. Stewart with a setup now to Shuck. Dug out. And here we go. Let's see what the Raiders can do right here. Set to Summers. And that's going to be off the hand of Whittinger, and a point there for the Raiders. So a nice job well done right there for Wapahani. Able to execute on a great opportunity, as that was served out of bounds to make it now a 5-3 ball game. Number 15, Allie Madden, now in here for the Vikings, and serving will be Kirsten Purdue. Dug out by Smith, set to Wise once again, using that quick set action right there. It's worked out pretty well so far. Right back to her, mistimed, and that's going to be 4 hits on Wapahani. So just mistiming right there. Happens. Got to regroup here and get back after it. Nice job right there by Stewart. Nice hustle to get over there in time. Another set to Wise. Dug out that time by Cross. Whittinger will hit it into the net. So some serving errors and hitting errors is proven very costly through the first few points here. Now a 6-4 ball game. Dug out right there by Cross. Set up Whittinger and dug out Smith. Set to Wise again. That time dug out by Grassy. Nice job right there. Way to stay with it there by Smith. Initial contact there by Mallory Summers. Madden back on the attack, and off the hands of Stewart, then off the head of Smith, and that's all she wrote there for that point. Make it 6-5. And now a substitution here for the Lady Vikings will be number 14, Abigail Irvin. Smith, Stewart, now to Baker. Dug out right there by Irvin. Whittinger back on the attack. So free ball action for the Vikings. and kept alive, but hit out of bounds by Stewart, and now this game tied at 6. Smith with a dig. Stewart with a set up to Baker. A soft tip over the net. Lands in there for the kill. And Wapahani will retake the lead here as Chloe Cook returns to action for the Raiders. And Cameron Wise will be back to serve. There's Whittinger, or Cross, pardon me, and Madden will get it over. Set up there to Cook. Not much going there. Blocked, but unfortunately couldn't get it back over the net, and this one is tied once again now at 7. Alexis Whittinger back to serve for the Lady Vikings. And that was a little too much on that one. As that one again served out of bounds. Now an 8-7 lead for the Raiders. Emily Stewart back in action for Wapahani. She'll be back to serve. Dug out there. Oh, heck yes. Let's use this one. Set to Cook and just out of bounds. Had a great opportunity right there, but unfortunately went by the wayside as this is another tie game at 8. Thornburg back to serve there just a brief moment ago. Baker on the attack. Nice job of Irvin getting there in time. And great placement there by Summers. Finding that back corner, sneaks it inside the line. 9-8 Wapahani. Reese Baker back to serve. Set up there to Purdue. And just some little mistakes here on the block so far here in this one. So number 5, Emma Blackburn, back in here for Blue River. I'll tell you what, the serving errors have been a big killer here for Blue River through these first now 10 points now for Wapahani. I would say they would every bit have probably pretty close to half of our points coming from serving errors. Which, hey, you know, you'll take what you can get, but that's what you want to see right there. Nice kill there from Wise. Timing was down perfectly. Nice setup there from Stewart. Nice serve from Olivia Smith on the attack right there. Purdue as Baker gets there in time. Now Summers. A little soft touch over the net. Cross into the net. And now a 12-9 Raider lead. Smith with the dig. Stewart sets it to Summers again. Bringing the Thunder so far here in this first set. 13-9 Raiders. And a timeout will be taken here by the Vikings. And we'll go ahead and take a timeout here with them. 13-9. Wapahani will be back with more here on the WHS Network.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
All right, folks, welcome back. Here's both teams Go ahead and head back out onto the floor following the timeout. Again, this is our B. Joseph Davis Attorney at Law game break here. Again, 13-9 Wapahani here in set number 1. So Smith back to serve again, coming out of the timeout. And hit over the net right there by Purdue. Raiders back on the attack. Cameron Wise with another kill. We've seen a lot of her in that first game there against Delta. Very good way to start out your high school career. Like I said, if you can get all these ladies in sync and continuing to trend in that right direction, blending the youth and then essentially the veterans of this team, this is going to be one heck of a team to watch as the season goes along. Heck, for that matter, it's even that way right now. This is a very exciting group to watch right here. Set over the net. Here we go. Stewart with a quick set again to Wise. Well executed ball. Had a wide open back corner. And we'll have another timeout taken by Blue River. And we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. So again, this will be our B. Joseph Davis Attorney at Law game break. Again, we've started to see it now, as we get later and later here in this first set. This game was tied at 9. We've rattled off 7 consecutive points. No question, I think Katie, head coach Katie Ware was probably, wondering, hey, let's get into the flow of things here a little bit. Let's get back to the way that we know how to play. And we've started seeing that here within these last 7 points. So again, out of the timeout here, Wapahani with a 16-9 lead. It was just a 9-9 ball game. Nice dig right there from Stewart and tipped over the net by Allison Stewart, but we're going to have a net violation called on the Vikings. So it took a moment there, but got the ball back on the right side of the floor. Dug out there by Thornburg. Set to Purdue. Nice hands there by Wise. Here we go. Stewart with a set up, and unfortunate set there from Stewart. As Blue River will record point number 10 on the evening here in set number 1. We'll have number 10, Mallory Cross back to serve. Baker with a dig. Stewart with the set up to Summers. And just out of bounds. Trying to find that back corner again, but couldn't get it to go that time. Stewart. Set there to Wise. Good action right there, Stewart. Keeping the hands up and set over the net. Well-placed ball again there by Mallory Summers. Gives the Raiders once again a 7-point lead with Emma Shuck back to action here for Emily Stewart. And Allison Stewart back to serve here for the Lady Raiders. Nice close serve to the net right there. There's Smith, Stewart, Summers. Yes, sir. The winning recipe right there for point number 19. And that's going to be an ace for Stewart. Make it a 20-11 lead. And again, Blue River all out of timeouts here in this first set. Stewart again, once again back there to serve. Dug out that time by Whittinger. Cross will hit it out of bounds. It's been a real nice run here for your Raiders. Again, as I was mentioning just a few moments ago. This game was tied at 9 as that one is hit into the net there by Summers. Number 15, Allie Madden, returns to action, and now serving be Kirsten Purdue. But now, as I was just mentioning there, this game was tied at 9, and what a very nice run here. The Lady Raiders are on a now 13-3 run after the kill from Wise. That's a very nice run to go on here, and really putting the Lady Vikings in a situation where it's going to be tough to come back. And right now, the Raiders are in very good position to take this first set. Cross will get it back over. Stewart with a set to Shuck. Smith, Stewart, Wise, yes. Again, the duo of Stewart and Wise connecting on point number 23 of the evening, as the Lady Raiders are now 2 points away from taking the opening set of tonight's matchup. Thornburg with a dig, set up that time there to number 5, Blackburn. Shuck won't get there in time, as that was off the hands there of Smith to make it at 23-13 first set ball game. And now Abigail Irvin returns to action for Blue River, and she'll now be back to serve. Smith with a dig. Stewart sets it to Baker. Dug out right there by Cross. And Whittinger hit the antenna. I was getting ready to say, they first said that it was going to be a point for Blue River, but they corrected that point there for Wapahani, so Wise back to serve there for set point. Cross sets it over the net. There's Cook. Stewart back to Cook again, and out of bounds. So Whittinger back to serve, again down 24-14. Summers, Stewart back to Cook once again. Put something behind that one. Now set up to Shuck, a little soft tip over the net. Cross, as that's going to be dug out, and now a net violation called on Wapahani. And it's 24-15. That might have been heading out of bounds very close. Shuck will get it across. Here we go. Set up to Mallory Cross and off the hands and inbounds. So a kill for Cross. And now a timeout here by Wapahani. Make it a 24-16 ball game here in set number 1 of the evening. We'll step aside for a break again. This is our B. Joseph Davis Attorney at Law game break. All right, folks, so again, following the timeout here, 24-16, still set point here for Wapahani. Kind of let things linger around here, thus the reason why I'm sure head coach Katie Weir took that timeout right there, just to get these girls to regroup, get their head on straight here after a few points rattled off here by Blue River, and hopefully be able to put an end to this first set right here and right now. So again, back to serve here, Alexis Whittinger for Blue River. There's Summers with a dig. Stewart sets it. Cook, soft tip over the net. Here we go again. Blue River back on the attack. Here's the cross. Summers gets there. Stewart with a setup now to Baker. Nice hands there. Going to be a close set, and nothing you can do about that there if you're Grassy. As Wapahani will take set number 1 of the evening, 25-16. Now own a 1-0 lead here in tonight's game. Folks, we'll go ahead and step aside here for a quick break. Again, Wapahani 1-0 over Blue River. We'll be back after this break.
Stop on in at Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Payne in the 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been serving the community for over 30 years. Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality.
All right, folks, welcome back here as we are about set here for set number 2 of the evening. We have roughly about a minute or so left. This was an extended time. As far as I know of, it's always usually been maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Maybe it has always been 3 minutes, heck if I know. But nevertheless, pretty good first set there for Wapahani. Started out kind of, back and forth. Wapahani really didn't take much control of the game, but then, which I'd already touched on a couple of times already, 9-9 first set ball game, and Wapahani kicked it into high gear pretty quick, and was able to stretch out a real nice lead there for themselves, and was able to get a very good first set victory there, 25-16. So now you hopefully will build off of that and hit the ground running from the very get-go here in this one. And like I said, you want to not only get off to that good start, but continue putting the pressure on the Lady Vikings here, because this is a pretty nice team here overall. I mean, they're really not that bad at all. They have a pretty nice little core group here for Blue River, so you don't want to let them hang around too much, because if you do, you're threatening to really get yourself into some trouble there. So we'll see what happens here in set number 2. Very good first set overall here for Wapahani, so hopefully that translates into an even better second set here for your Raiders. Set up there, Baker with a dig. Stewart sets it now to Cook. And was able to get that one to go there for her first kill of the night. So a 1-0 lead now for Wapahani to open up set number 2. Nice serve there from Baker. Serve pressure there, hitting it all the way there in the back row. And Summers didn't flick the wrist quite enough to be able to get that down in play. Plenty of authority behind it, which that's always nice to see. But we'll have Angelina Grassi back to serve. Smith with a dig. Stewart set to Cook. Had all the momentum heading that way right there. So a couple kills in a row to open up the second set here for Chloe Cook and the Lady Raiders. 2-1 lead. Smith back to serve. Dug out right there by Cross. Tip to across. There's Emily Stewart. Now set to Summers as that ball was hit all the way up into the nearly the second part of the gym up here. So Summers with another kill there for herself. Another close serve there for Smith. Baker there. Stewart back to Summers again. Grassi with a dig there. Set up now, and a miscommunication will cost the Vikings that point. Now a 4-1 Raider lead. And again, you just got to keep putting it on them here. Grassi with the setup there to Cross. Baker gets there in time. Set up again to Summers. And finds that back corner. So 5-1 Raiders. Again, set number 2 of the evening if you are just now joining us. Wapahani took the first set 25-16. And Smith will serve that one into the net. Now a 5-2 ball game with Mallory Cross now back to serve. Nice hustle there from Stewart, but unfortunately couldn't get that one back over the net. And what is now a 5-3 second set score. Cross still back to serve here for the Vikings. And an ace right there. Might be their first ace of the ball game here so far through the first set and a few points here. Stewart with a setup to the Wise. Dug out that time by Cross. Now set to Cross and Baker there. Wise again back on the attack. Whittinger will get it over. Nice job there from Allison Stewart. Really couldn't do a whole lot with that. Set it right over the net. Summers back on the attack and hit that one out of bounds. And now this game is tied, so you had a 5-1 lead. And now Blue River has managed to rattle some off in a row here. And that was miss hit right there. I'm sure the set wasn't probably the best. I'm sure that Winger would have set right there. But, you know, getting those situations, you never know what can happen. Luckily, Wapahani was able to sneak away with a point there, as that's going to land in for an ace. So, you know, you start to get a little bit of momentum here on your side, and you just got to keep pushing the gas here, so to speak. You know, not letting up whatsoever, because you know, one thing you can't allow your opponent to do is stick around. If you can get them down, then the object of the game is to keep them down. Stewart back to Summers. Nice dig right there from Thornburg. Smith with a dig of her own. Stewart back to Wise as that's hit into the net. 7-6 now the score. Allie Madden returns to action here for the Vikings. And Kirsten Perdue now back to serve. Set up to Shuck and unable to get it across, and now we're tied again here at 7. Whittinger get it over. Here's Stewart again with a setup to Wise. Back on the attack, Whittinger, Baker with a dig. Stewart now sets it to Summers, and that will be a kill for Mallory. I think at first they was saying that was a point for Blue River, which I don't know how in the world you could have had that happen. That was a full, like 3 or 4 balls in the in between the lines right there. But Summers serves that one into the net. So again, now tied at 8. Number 14, Irvin, back to action here for Blue River. Smith digs it. Stewart back over to Shuck. Dug out from Cross, now set to Whittinger, and that was well out of bounds. So we'll see Chloe Cook back in here for Wapahani, and Cameron Wise now serving. Only a 1-point lead here for Wapahani. Need to, again, start getting back in gear here a little bit and see if we can rattle some points off in a row. And a block for Whittinger lands in there, tied now at 9. So we'll have Alexis Whittinger back to serve. And mistimed, mishit. And the Vikings have now taken a 10-9 lead, and now a timeout here by Wapahani, and we will go ahead and stick right here with you during the timeout. So would like to thank some more sponsors here this evening. Kara J. Wolf, DDS, located at 3915 Wheeling Avenue in Muncie, Indiana. Make your appointment now to receive great care and leave with a pristine, beautiful smile. You can contact them at 765-288-1560. And again, their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So we greatly appreciate Kara Wolf for her sponsorship of us here on the WHS Network. Also, I'd like to thank the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. President Richard Morris, Liberty Perry Alumni Association, serves as the Wapahani Center and Selma High School alumni. Make sure to visit their online website at www.libertyperryalumni.com to get information on any events and to purchase any Wapahani-related items on their web store. Also, make sure to purchase an engraved brick for the Alumni Brick Walkway. To do so, you just got to simply fill out a form, which will be on the homepage of the alumni website. So again, we greatly appreciate the sponsorship there of the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. So out of the timeout there, served into the net there by Thornburg, now tied at 10. And Emily Stewart now back in action here for Emma Shuck, and she'll be back to serve. And that will be an ace. That looked to have been out of bounds, but hey, we'll take it. And fine serve there from Emily, set up there to Cross. Smith gets her hands in on it, now set to Baker. Whittinger keeps it alive, and that's all that's unable to come out of that. Now a 12-10 lead for the Raiders. Again, Emily Stewart still back to serve. And now a brief pause in the action here. Not sure what is being discussed. All right, so I guess the issue was that the line judge was in the way, which, ironic enough, is one of Blue River's players doing the line judging. So that would be a kill. Therefore, I think that was cross on the attack, but nevertheless, the up referee said that they still had a play on the ball and that the line judge was not in the way. So I guess it is what it is at this point. Of course, I'm no judge to say whether they had a play on the ball or not. That's not for me to decide. I'm just calling the action. Stewart with a setup to Cook. So 13-11. Baker back to serve. Thornburg there with the dig. Cross will get it across. Here we are with Stewart. Set it back up to Cook. Nice dig from Blackburn. Block back across. Here we go again. Mallory Cross on the attack. And again another block. 2 in a row. And the block party is just now starting. 14-11 Raiders. Nice little serve there from Baker. And now a timeout taken here by the Vikings. The Raiders have rattled off 5 of the last 6 points here to take a 15-11 lead here in set number 2. We'll step aside and we'll be back with more right here on the WHS Network. All right, folks, again out of the timeout here. Wapahani here with a 15-11 lead. And Cross hit it back over here, dug out by Emily Stewart. Set to Summers. Thornburg with a dig. And Smith with another dig right there. Now back to Summers once more. Whittinger digs things out. Cross set up there. Oh, beautifully done by Allison Stewart. Sets it right over the net. And a 16-11 lead. And another miscue puts another point on the board here for Wapahani. Nice jump serve right there, close to the net, tipped over there by Grassi. Summers with some fury right there off of the shoulder. Blackburn, and another timeout taken here by the Vikings. And again, we'll stick right here with you during the timeout. Again, 18-11 Raiders lead here in set number 2. We'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. The Muncie Dragway, owned by Scott and Dawn Daniels. Muncie Dragway is located along State Road 67, west of Albany, Indiana. For more information on upcoming events, please visit their website at www.munseydragway.com and contact them at 765-789-8470. Again, that is Muncie Dragway, family fun, an eighth mile at a time. Also, I'd like to send out a huge thanks to our good friends out there at Harris Chapel Church and Pastor Jim Ballinger and his wife Janie for being one of our sponsors again this year. You can stop on in every week for a beautiful Sunday morning service starting at 10:15. Stewart with the dig. Stewart now to Summers and bounced around a couple times up there in the rafters. And, oh man, unfortunate there for Blue River. He was about to get that one back over, but hit the center bar up in the rafters to now give the Raiders a 19-11 lead. Cross on the attack there, off the hand of Smith. Hard to tell if that was going to be out of bounds or not. That would have been, I'm sure, definitely close if Smith would have let that go. Either way, sometimes you just don't want to risk it. Smith with a dig. Stewart sets it. Cook puts it down. So Olivia Smith back to serve with an 8-point lead. Again here in set number 2 of the evening. Grassi with a set up to cross and out of bounds. Point for the Raiders. So we got Cameron Wise back in the Raider lineup. And another ace. So now a 22-12 ball game. Dug out by Cross, set up right back to her. And blocked by Wise to make it 23-12. And another ace. And now set point here for Wapahani, 24-12. Cross will get it over, dug out there. Stewart, Wise, and they're going to call that one out of bounds. There was no tip. So 24-13. Mallory Cross back to serve here for Blue River. Stewart back to Stewart, now to Wise again. Tips it over the net, and that's the end of set number 2. As the Raiders take the second set 25-13 and now own a 2-0 lead over the Lady Vikings. We'll step aside again here for a break, and we'll be back here with third set action right here on the WHS Network.
know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
All right, folks, welcome back here from Blue River High School. And again, I'm Brandon Warvilius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, I hope all of you have enjoyed the game here so far this evening, as Wapahani has a 2-0 lead over Blue River, 25-16, 25-13. As we're about to get this third set underway, as Blue River will be back to serve to open things up here with number 14, Abigail Irvin. Smith with a dig. Stewart sets it to Cook, and Cook sent that sizzling over the net for a 1-0 lead. So Baker back to serve. Nice dig right there. Smith and the Stewart back to Summers. Cross back on the attack again. Set up this time to Cook, mistimed, but still effective nonetheless. Let's see what they have in store this time. And again, Cook sends it sizzling through the air and down in for another kill. 2-0 Raiders. So again, Baker. A nice game here for herself as Cross gets that one back across. Here's Summers on the attack and in there. Another kill there for Mallory, and a 3-0 lead early here on set number 1. And, you know, we've gotten off really to a pretty good start the first 2 sets as well, but it's kind of been sometimes, you know, just unfortunately things have happened not in our favor until about the midway part of the set. And, I mean, you know, sometimes better late than never, but we've had 2 strong efforts here through the first 2 sets to where we're coming out here, you know, like I said, midway through the set on each of the first 2. We've been able to separate ourselves, and gives our, you know, really gives us some confidence, and hopefully out here in this third set we'll not only get off to a good start but continue the winning trend there, as that's going to be an ace right there for Mallory Cross. Make it a 4-2 ball game. There's Baker. Summers on the attack again. Putting that one down with some authority there, folks. Now 5-2 Raiders. And Cameron Wise back in there for Chloe Cook. And Olivia Smith now back to serve. Nice serve there from Olivia. Set up this time there to Blackburn. Blocked. Back at it again. Here's Cross from the back row. And dug out that time by Smith. Set to Summers and out of bounds. Making it a 5-3 ball game. Smith, Stewart, Wise, yes. It's great when it works out like that. Shuck back in there for Emily Stewart, and now back to serve will be Allison Stewart. Again, make sure stay tuned in Thursday night, as we'll be back here on the WHS Network with more Lady Raider volleyball as we welcome the Westdale Lady Warriors to Raider Gymnasium. And there'll be a JV start time, 6 o'clock. Varsity game to follow again this Thursday, August the 29th. 17 live there from the WHS Network at Raider Gymnasium. 8-3 Wapahani. And we will have a substitution now coming in. Will be Riley Felton for Emma Shuck. Dugout right there, and that's on the other side of the antenna. So Blackburn hit it on the left side of the antenna, which is out of bounds. And now it's a 9-3 ball game as Grassy will now come back in here for Abigail Irvin. Set up to cross. There's Stewart with a dig. Smith with a setup to Summers. Goodness. Once again, the Thunder from down under. 10-3 Raiders. Smith with a setup there to Summers, mistimed. 10-4 now the score, and now back to serve here will be number 13, Kirsten Perdue. There's Baker with a dig, Stewart with the setup back to Summers, and well, let that one just a little bit out of bounds. I'll tell you what, though, it was a good thing there was nobody, I guess, in the way, because that would have left one heck of an imprint on him. Felton there on the attack, dug out that time. And hit out of bounds now, 11-5 Raiders. So now Mallory Summers will be back to serve, as the Lady Raiders have a 6-point lead here in set number 3 of the evening. And that was off of Perdue, didn't get out of the way of that one. So an ace for Summers. And make that 2 aces in a row. Miscommunication there by Blackburn and Thornburg. So the Raiders keep pushing this lead just a little bit further. Dug out that time there by Thornburg, set to cross. There's Smith now to Stewart. Baker on the attack. Nice job there by Cross digging that one out, and another miscommunication issue there for the Lady Vikings, and now we're going to have a timeout taken now by Blue River, down 14-5 in here in set number 3. Again, we're going to stick right here with you during this timeout. Again, as I mentioned earlier, well, actually just a few moments ago, Wapahani will be back in action on Thursday night, August the 29th, as we welcome Westdale to Raider Gymnasium. Again, a JV start time of 6 o'clock. Varsity game to follow, and then we have the Wapahani Invitational on Saturday, which usually has some real nice teams there in our Invitational. Not sure exactly who we're going to play. Now, again, we will not be broadcasting that just because of the lack of seating. You only have seating in the top row, which would the bottom row will be taken up all by players, and both games going on 2 different courts. So that's why we will not be broadcasting any of the Wapahani Invitational, which we never have anyway. But just some upcoming games to look forward to again on Thursday and Saturday. And now a 15-5 lead now for Wapahani, as we'll see number 11, Macy Bowden, now in here for the first time of the night here for the Lady Raiders. She'll come in for Allison Stewart. So I'm sure her night will be done as Summers serves that one into the net. Now a 15-6 ball game as number 8, Alexis Whittinger, will, okay, I guess she will not be subbing into the game. She got up and was going up to the line, but dropped back and will not be coming in, at least at this point. Bowden with a setup to Felton. Very nice right there from Briley Felton, and a 16-6 Raider lead. We have Cook now in, and Wise back to serve. And believe it or not, it is nothing but freshmen on the floor except for one junior at that time. So following the serving error, Smith back in. And now, again, you have, 4 freshmen, a junior and a senior out there on the floor at this point. And Felton another kill to make it 17-7. Now we'll see Emily Stewart back in there for Felton, and Stewart will be back to serve. So the Raiders, again, 8 points away, and they'll get it over. Nice job there by Whittinger. Cook back on the attack. Keeping it alive. Blue River will be getting it back over. Nicely done. Bowden sets it to Baker. Some good action right here, and Baker hits it out of bounds. Point there for the Lady Vikings. Irvin will re-enter the game here for Blue River and be back to serve. And served out of bounds for point number 18 here in the third set for Wapahani. Reese Baker now serving. Look at that floater serve. She's executed that nicely throughout tonight's ball game. Nice to see that happen. And just keeping the opponent off balance. You know, mixing some different things in, maybe a couple floater serves, and next thing you know, you send it to the back row. Anything to cause disruption, and nicely done right there from Purdue. Notching the kill on that one to make it a 19-9 ball game. Mallory Cross now serving for Blue River. There's Baker, Bowden, Summers. Goodness. So Wise back in for Cook, and now another timeout taken by the Lady Vikings. Again, just a reminder, we will not be doing a Raiders Live post game, especially on, when we're on the road. It's a little bit difficult because we have got to end our broadcast, get everything cleaned up very quickly to get back on the bus. I'm sure the team, because the team goes in a long room and is usually relatively quick, at least it has been in previous years. Not sure the way head coach Katie Weir usually runs things, considering this is the first away game, but we will not be having a post-game report, just so then we can wrap things up, get on the bus, and head back, and again get this game downloaded once we get back to Wapahani here in just a little while. So 20-9, Wapahani with a third set lead, with Olivia Smith back to serve, coming out of the timeout. Cross with a dig and set up there to Whittinger. Baker gets over there in time. Bowden now with a quick set to Wise. Miss hit there, and Now it's a 2010 ball game with Alexis Whittinger back to serve. We'll also see number 15, Allie Madden, returning to action here for the Vikings. Smith digs it, Bowden sets it. Summers puts it down as Cross gets out of the way of the train coming through. We'll see Felton back in the game here for Stewart. And Bowden now back to serve. 4 points away from a clean sweep here, Blue River. And an ace there for Macy. Bowden again back there to serve. Dug out by Whittinger, and more miscommunication again here by Blue River. Unfortunate there to see there for the Vikings. Can't afford to give away points. And little errors like that can prove to be very costly. Set up to Cross in the back row, hits that one out of bounds, and here we are, point. This is going to be match point now for Wapahani. 24-10. And Bowden back to serve. Whittinger with the dig. Set up there to Madden, and there's Felton. Bowden with a setup. Felton puts it down, and the Raiders win it. Final score here this evening. The Raiders win it in straight sets. 25-16, 25-13, and 25-10 as the Raiders open up conference play with a big win here tonight over Blue River to now run their record to 2-0 on the season, 1-0 in conference play. And again, your Lady Raiders will be back at it there, as you see on your screen, at home Thursday night, August 29th, against the Westdale Lady Warriors. That will be a JV start time at 6 o'clock, varsity game to follow. So, folks, we appreciate you for joining us here this evening. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. I know my broadcasting and Redbeard's camera work, hopefully it was all well done by us, and hopefully all enjoyed it. So, nevertheless, we'll be back at it on Thursday night. Again, we would like to thank, again, all of our sponsors here this evening: Jones Auto Body, as well as Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC Dealership, B. Joseph Davis, Attorney at Law, Muncie Dragway, FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook and Joanne Davis, as well as the Liberty Prairie Alumni Association and Kara J. Wolf, DDSPC. Greatly appreciate all of them for their sponsors, and again, we thank all of you for watching. Folks, until next time, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Have a great night.